What if your exhaustion, cravings, and mood swings all came down to one thing? Your sleep. Most people don't realize how much sleep impacts hormone levels, but skipping rest could be wreaking havoc on your body. By the end of this video, you'll know the shocking ways sleep controls hormones like cortisol, testosterone, and even the ones that regulate your appetite. Don't click away. This could be the key to finally feeling balanced and energized again. Imagine this. You're waking up after what should have been a full night of sleep, but somehow you feel tense, sluggish, and slightly out of control. Maybe your patience is thinner than usual, or you're battling an underlying frustration you can't quite name. If this sounds familiar, the answer might lie not in how much you're sleeping, but in the quality of it. Poor sleep disrupts your body's internal balance, throwing key hormones like cortisol and melatonin off track. Even if you're spending enough time in bed, if the rhythm of your sleep is off, your hormones might be suffering in ways you don't even recognize. Let's start with cortisol, the hormone that helps wake you up and keeps you alert when you need to handle stress. Typically, your cortisol levels follow a natural flow. They rise in the early morning, giving you the energy you need to start your day, and gradually fade as melatonin, your sleep hormone, takes over in the evening. But when poor sleep quality comes into play, this rhythm falls apart. Studies show that even one sleepless night can lead to higher cortisol levels the following day. This state leaves you feeling wired but tired, a sensation where your body feels revved up yet drained, making it harder to focus or stay calm. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Your cortisol levels aren't acting alone. They're controlled by a system in your brain called the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, or HPA axis for short. This system is like a command center that regulates how we handle stress. When you don't get quality sleep, the HPA axis shifts into overdrive, releasing more cortisol than your body is built to handle. Over time, this constant flood of stress hormones starts to disrupt other functions, like your mood, focus, and even how your body responds to hunger. One study found that after just one night of poor sleep, participants experienced a noticeable spike in cortisol levels, which set off a chain reaction for the rest of their body. Think about it like dominoes. The overnight cortisol spike creates a ripple effect, first stirring up feelings of stress, then hijacking your appetite signals, and even impacting hormones critical to reproductive health. It's not just about how you feel in the morning. These shifts can quietly influence your health long-term. And because cortisol loves to break the balance in your body, it paves the way for sleep to worsen even further, creating a vicious cycle. What's fascinating is how tightly linked these hormones are to your emotional stability. Elevated cortisol levels make it harder to regulate emotions. That's why a restless night can leave you snapping at trivial things or feeling more overwhelmed than usual. You might even notice the day feels harder to manage altogether. And it's no coincidence. Your body is stuck in a stress response mode, and the lack of restorative sleep only deepens this imbalance. But here's the thing. Identifying this hormonal connection is a huge step forward. Once you understand how much poor sleep quality affects cortisol, you can start looking at ways to reset. Whether it's managing stress more effectively during the day or adjusting your bedtime routine, the changes begin with this one realization, that fixing your sleep can help regulate your hormones, starting with cortisol. What about how all of this ties into hunger, weight, and metabolism? Poor sleep doesn't just stress out your body, it can also push your appetite hormones into overdrive, leaving you reaching for comfort foods even when your body doesn't need them. That's where we're headed next. Let's talk about how your hormones are controlling those late-night cravings and snacks. Have you ever woken up after a restless night and found yourself reaching for chips, cookies, or anything quick and indulgent? It's not just you, it's your hormones. When you don't get enough high-quality sleep, your body's balance of leptin and ghrelin, the two key hormones that regulate appetite, gets completely thrown off. Leptin is often called the satiety hormone because it helps you feel full after eating, while ghrelin is nicknamed the hunger hormone because it triggers feelings of hunger. Ideally, these two communicate with your brain to control your appetite throughout the day. But without proper sleep, that communication turns into chaos. Sleep deprivation lowers leptin levels, meaning your body loses its ability to feel full when it normally would. At the same time, ghrelin levels spike, essentially flipping on a constant hunger signal. The result? Your body starts craving food, especially carbs and sugary snacks that give you quick bursts of energy. Imagine a thermostat in your house that's supposed to maintain the perfect temperature. It senses when things get too cold and turns the heat on, or shuts it off when it gets too warm. Now picture that thermostat breaking, continuously cranking the heat even when it's already too hot. That's exactly what happens in the body when these hormones are out of sync. Your hunger thermostat is broken, and it's pushing you toward overeating without you even realizing how it's happening. Backed by research, the numbers paint a clear picture. Studies show that people who are sleep-deprived consume up to 300 more calories a day compared to those who get enough rest. But it's not just about the extra calories, it's about the kind of calories. Sleep-deprived individuals are more likely to give in to cravings for foods that are high in sugar and fat, making it harder for your body to maintain balance. And if this pattern repeats itself night after night, those choices can lead to noticeable weight gain over time. But the hormonal disruption caused by poor sleep doesn't stop at the dinner table. It also affects how your body handles the calories you're eating. When leptin and ghrelin are out of balance, your metabolism slows down. This makes it harder for your body to burn through the energy it's taking in, and easier for it to store that energy as fat. And here's the kicker. Sleep-deprived bodies are more likely to hold on to that fat in the abdominal region, also known as visceral fat, which is linked to a host of health issues like insulin resistance and heart problems. What makes it worse is how rapidly these changes can occur. Even missing just 1 or 2 nights of quality sleep can start to shift the balance of leptin and ghrelin. Over time, the cycle becomes self-reinforcing. Poor sleep leads to overeating, weight gain, and slower metabolism, all of which can make it even harder to get the restful sleep your body needs to break the cycle. And for women, this process can sometimes hit even harder. Fluctuations in sex hormones throughout different life stages, like pregnancy or menopause, can further amplify the effects of sleep deprivation on leptin and ghrelin, making it even more crucial to prioritize sleep. Here's the good news. The solution starts with something as simple as sleep itself. By committing to consistent, high-quality rest, you can naturally recalibrate these hormones. You can restore leptin's ability to tell you when you've had enough, and quiet ghrelin's relentless hunger signals, making it easier to maintain a healthy diet and weight. It's not just about willpower. It's about giving your body what it needs to regulate itself properly. And beyond appetite, sleep also impacts a whole other layer of your body's hormonal systems, specifically those tied to reproductive health. These systems often don't get as much attention when people think about sleep, but they're equally critical to how your body functions. Let's take a closer look at how getting the right amount of sleep can support these vital processes. Hold on for a sec. Want to turn these insights into real-world action? Download your free Natural Life Kit right now, link in the description. Inside you'll find Herbal Allies, Guide to Calm Stress and Support Your Immune and Your Sleep, a 7-day affirmation calendar to reframe your mindset for deeper rest, a critical thinking and awareness journal to spot those stress triggers before bed, plus a thought detox, clarity and curiosity journal, and detox and nourishment plan to fuel recovery from the inside out. Grab it now, then let's jump back into why your hunger hormones go haywire after a rough night's sleep. Did you know that the way you sleep, or don't sleep, could be quietly disrupting your reproductive health? Even if you feel otherwise healthy, poor sleep can wreak havoc on your hormonal balance in ways that aren't immediately obvious. The connection between sleep and hormones like testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone runs deep, shaping not only fertility, but also overall well-being. Without enough restful sleep, this delicate system starts to falter, leading to changes that can affect everything from menstrual cycles to libido and beyond. Your body operates on a circadian rhythm, a natural internal clock that regulates when and how much hormones are released. Sleep is a crucial part of this process. For example, testosterone in men is mostly produced during deep sleep, which is why even one bad week of rest can reduce testosterone levels by as much as 15%. This drop doesn't just influence fertility, it can lead to lower energy levels, reduced muscle mass, and a significant hit to libido. Without deep sleep to anchor healthy testosterone production, these imbalances can grow worse over time, impacting overall vitality. For women, the relationship between sleep and reproductive hormones is equally complex. Estrogen and progesterone, 2 key hormones essential for fertility, are highly sensitive to disruptions in circadian rhythms. Poor sleep can throw off their balance and lead to issues like anovulation, where the ovaries fail to release an egg. This can result in irregular menstrual cycles or even missed periods altogether. Over time, hormonal dysregulation tied to poor sleep can increase the likelihood of pregnancy complications or create hurdles for women trying to conceive. It's not just a short-term problem. These imbalances set the stage for chronic challenges in reproductive health. Consider this. During menopause or pregnancy, hormonal shifts are already in overdrive, making it even tougher to get restful sleep. For example, high levels of progesterone can disrupt sleep architecture, contributing to a mix of insomnia and fatigue that amplifies hormonal imbalances. Estradiol, a form of estrogen, also influences the sleep-wake cycle, often promoting wakefulness. When these hormonal changes collide with poor quality rest, it creates a vicious cycle. Sleep worsens, hormones spiral further out of balance, and symptoms like mood swings or reduced energy only get worse. This ripple effect underscores how critical sleep is during life stages marked by hormonal transitions. The effect these imbalances have on overall well-being shouldn't be underestimated. Missed periods, low libido, or fertility trouble might seem like isolated issues, but they're often signals that the body's natural rhythms are out of sync. When hormones are disrupted, they also affect other areas, like emotional health and stress resilience. Sleep deprivation activates the HPA axis, elevating levels of corticosteroids that suppress reproductive hormones entirely. Essentially, your body prioritizes stress survival over reproduction, a biological trade-off that's hard to overcome without proper rest. But there's good news. By supporting your body's natural rhythms, you can help bring these hormones back into balance. Restoring consistent, high-quality sleep is like a reset button for your hormonal health, a way to reduce cortisol levels, align your reproductive system, and encourage stability within your body. It isn't a quick fix, but even small changes, like improving sleep hygiene, can make a significant difference over time. Here's the takeaway. Sleep isn't just recovery for your mind. It's essential for maintaining hormonal harmony across your entire body. And now, as we move into actionable steps, we'll explore simple ways to optimize your sleep so your hormones can do their job, naturally and effectively. Sleep is more than rest. It's the foundation that allows your hormones to work in harmony, supporting your body's natural rhythm. Treat it as a biological necessity, not an afterthought. Start tonight. Create a calming bedtime routine like reading or stretching to signal your body it's time to wind down. Keep your environment cool, dark, and quiet. Small changes that make a big difference. Consistency matters too, so aim for the same sleep and wake times each day. When you prioritize your sleep, you're giving your body what it needs to thrive. Wake up tomorrow feeling balanced, clear, and ready for anything. And that's how sleep steers everything from stress response to snack cravings to hormonal health. Ready to put it all into practice? Download your Natural Life Kit, packed with herbal recipes, daily affirmations, detox plans, and journaling prompts designed to help you rebalance naturally. Links right below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more science-backed health strategies. Watch next, the surprising effects of sugar on your immune defense vertical bar, how to boost immunity naturally.